Today, we're going to design something that is very cool. Well, I am cool, so kind of like everything I design is automatically cool, but I am so cool that I own a Stutter DJ controller. Fine, I live in my mother's house. What do you want from me? Hi guys, I'm Luda, a graphic designer who likes to talk about graphic design and Lady Gaga. I'm recording this video again for the second time because my mic didn't work on the first one, so how's your day going? That's one of my favorite things at the moment that is very cool is Lady Gaga's new album, Mayhem. The visuals are very cool. Everything looks very cool. Cool. I just know this word. I know one word. Cool. I'm a huge Gaga fan. I'm obsessed with this woman. I love this woman to death. So of course, I am kind of obsessed. When she debuted the aesthetics with Disease, I was like, we are so back. I'm loving the dark and apocalyptic vibes. Honestly, that's what I like. I don't like to limit myself to, oh, that's my style and this is my design style. I feel like, but give me some distortion, give me some grunge, give me some unsettling elements. I'm gonna feel at home. This is not my house, but I know my way around.
Girl, hi. Just hypotheses, but who knows? This could be because you have like an intense fear of rejection. So by being intentionally filthy with your work, it gives you like room to justify your actions and your choices, especially when you're facing any sort of criticism upon your work. Or maybe you're just cool. Maybe you're right, you're just cool. But I don't know, it's probably something you should be reflecting on in therapy.
The point is, me, I like it. Don't come at me with that clean girl bullshit. Could never be me. Never. It will never be me. I remember I put Gaga as like my dream client on my vision board this year. And this is kind of like embarrassing to say out loud, but a girl gotta like dream big, That's what vision boards are for. But I don't know, Gaga, I know you're watching. I feel like I'm the type of content you will consume while eating, at dinner, iPad girl, iPad baby. Tour march? I don't know, there's like a girl got a dream, okay? Dreaming is free. So as always, we're going to start with some references. You guys know that I love a good mood board. So this is our mood board, the mood board I put together for this project. We have some grunge punk posters, we have some collage inspo, as well as her own visuals for this era. So I've actually decided to start with an analog collage. So we're going to be crafty here today. We're going to, make a collage. And with these visual references in mind, the things that I put together here in the mood board, I grabbed my iPad, I grabbed my Apple Pencil, I don't know. And then I started sketching kind of like the layout for the artwork. So I kind of have an idea of what images I want to use sort of and what size they should be. So I'm not like reprinting the same image again and again and again. And then this way, I don't feel so bad about adding trash to the pile of garbage we've all been collectively contributing to since the Industrial Revolution. But this is just a rough idea of what I had in mind for the design. I did this on Procreate, by the way, but you can also do this on Photoshop or basically any software that lets you put images together. I don't know. You do you, girl. The idea is to start with a collage and then finish it off with some details in Photoshop. So it's a mixed media project, a hybrid design. I'm visualizing this artwork as a poster that would perhaps come with a record or a CD, or maybe it's something you'll get at the merch stand. So I want to put the songs on it because the poster's theme is about mayhem. It represents the entirety of the album. So I started with the background and I had no intentions of being clean and neat and minimal and precise. Well, I cut almost everything with a fabric and a kitchen Caesar because I didn't give a fuck. So I really wanted the raw, the filthy, the wretched, the rotten feeling here. So being reckless made sense for me. Also, being reckless with my design is always more fun I wanted to use white glue for this project because it would be the right glue to use it, but it was hard as a rock, and when I opened the container, it had 2 dead ends in there. I don't know how they got there. They just did. RIP. So I had to use clear glue, which I wasn't very happy about it because I thought it would make the ink smudge and it would crease or create bubbles, which was the one thing that I didn't want it to happen. But I used like a minimum amount, so everything worked out in the end. It was clear glue was fine. You just need to know how to use it, and it needs to be really small amounts. Then I glued the background to a harder paper. I think it was sort of a watercolor paper, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was acrylic paper. I don't know. My mom just had this paper here inside a drawer, and I grabbed it, and yeah, I used it to create a stronger base because I'm obviously going to be applying more glue on top of it. So just a white basic printer paper won't do it. I think you could also use cardboard as well. I don't know. You just need any type of harder paper. Now it's time to cut the images. The headshot with the biggest head was the only one I tried to accurately crop the silhouette because I was a bit confused about it, honestly. I knew that if I was gonna use this image, I needed to include the whole hat that she uses in Abracadabra, like, you know, the hat, that the biggest hat that you're seeing. But I was like a bit confused if I should tear it apart, if I even should include it on the design at all. I don't know. I was having a little bit of a second thoughts about it. Oh, by the way, I edited these images on Photoshop before printing. Mostly just applied some filters from the filter gallery. Made sure they were either black and white or red and white. Well, except for the eye from the DZ's music video, that's on color. But yeah, I pretty much pre-edited and applied some effects on Photoshop before printing. If you don't know how to do that, please just basically watch any of my poster videos because I always use the filter gallery on my posters. And I think I'm gonna use it again here. I don't know. Well, stay tuned. Stick to this video so you can see me using the filter gallery. Okay, so for the rest of the images, I use scissors as a little help, but I just tear everything apart with my bare, ugly little hands, like an animal in the wild trying to peel a fruit. I so didn't want to have to print those again. So even though the intention here is to be trashy, I tried to give my best to not mess up in irreversible ways. But the secret to good design, in my opinion, is to trick your mind by saying, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. None of this is real. I'm not even real. So you don't put pressure into something you're making, and the act of designing becomes something enjoyable, like playing games, or sports, or baking, or riding a bike. Well, unless you're putting pressure into those things as well, then I don't know what to tell you. But it's incredible how as soon as I put pressure into something I'm doing, I f up instantly. So I printed the background image twice because I want to position some elements behind her. Obviously, you're going to clearly be able to see the outline of the paper exactly where I could around her, and that's going to look so intentionally cool. I'm really glad I did this, actually. Okay, but can we talk about Mayhem for a second? Can we? Please? Can we? I love this album so much now. I have to be honest, I had to listen a couple of times, especially because I was expecting a different sonority because of DZ's and Abracadabra. But I love it now, guys. The bass line in Zombie Boy makes my... It makes me literally levitate, okay? Every time I hear the bass line in Zombie Boy, I'm like that one SpongeBob meme where he's like levitating with their headphones. Yeah, like, it's me. I love Shadow of a Man. I love Blade of Grass. Killa, honestly, it's almost a non-skip album for me. I think it's a non-skip album for me. I've been listening to this album non-stop. Obviously, I was listening to it while I was designing this so I could get in the mood. And this is so special to me to be making this poster here today for the world, for anyone to see, because one of my first posters I designed back when I was in college in 2020, I think, was a Chromatica poster. This one. Yes. Yikes. I was so embarrassed of everything I did at this time, but I remember thinking this poster was so cool, but not posting it and not showing it to anyone because I was low-key so scared of what other people would think of me. Yeah, I think it's trash now, I do, but instead of looking down on it, I try to look at my past work as a sign of how much I improved and how much I have yet to learn. I was starting out in design at the time, and honestly, just in life in general, I was a baby adult, so actually, you know what? I like the concept of that poster, to be honest. The execution was just a little bit off. You can clearly see I was being influenced by brutalist design at the time. That was like super trendy when I was in college, and I was a bit outdated. I'm waiting for its comeback. I feel like a brutalist comeback, it's on its way. When I moved to Europe from Brazil, I saw Gaga live at the Chromatico Ball on the very day I turned 22. My sister gave me tickets as my birthday presents, so that's a nice little memory. I can't wait for the Mayhem Ball. I really wish I'll be able to get tickets. I'll update you guys, and maybe we can meet at the Mayhem Ball line? I don't know. I want to get tickets, but it's gonna be so hard. Okay, we finally glued everything. As you can see, the final layout, it's quite different from the original idea I had in mind, but I just decided to play around with it as I was laying down the images, and I simply went with what I thought it looked better. And honestly, I think this looks better than what I had originally planned. I would describe collage as almost like a freestyle puzzle. You need to place the pieces correctly, but there isn't really a fixed way to fix them together. And again, the same drama. I was really unsure about whether I should use the big picture with the hat or not. So I've decided to move on to the stamps and make that decision later. I was like, I'm too stressed to think about it now. Now the stamps. One thing I had in mind from the moment I thought about making this poster was using these stamps. I got them at a Tiger store in Rome. I think the bigger one was around 7 euros and the smaller one was, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. And I thought, oh, cool. I can use this on my posters. So I got them and I'm finally using them for the first time and I was really excited. Before using them on the artwork, I tested them on a piece of paper just to make sure it was really what I wanted, And I noticed that sometimes the ink from the square border around the stamp would also transfer to the paper. So I had to be careful and clean around the letter every time I wanted to use the stamp. And by the way, the upside down A is intentional, okay? If you're not familiar with Lady Gaga's work lately, she has been using the upside down A as part of her visual identity in this era. Yeah, and then I randomly decided to take the smaller stamp and write Mayhem as well. That was kind of something I honestly came up with on the spot, and I liked it. I really liked it. Okay, after some pondering, I decided that the big hat picture was a no for this design. I kinda needed space to add more things later on Photoshop. So it was finally time to scan the artwork and move on to Photoshop. Okay, so we're on Photoshop now, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to our adjustments menu, and we're going to adjust our contrast, color, saturation. And to be honest, I always start with curves, because you can basically manipulate brightness, contrast, and color balance all at once. And then, after I adjust the curves, I make other adjustments. But the main idea is basically make the color sharper and add a little bit of a more contrast. Then I added the album tracks. I wanted to be playful with the Lady Gaga text and create this sort of crossword puzzle layout. It's similar to what she does in the Abracadabra music video. Of course, I cannot fit all of the songs in the album here, so I chose Garden of Eden and Abracadabra for this. And for extra crunchiness in this puppy, I did something that I actually love doing on my designs. So I duplicated the design, then I applied some filters from the filter gallery. There you go, which in this case was our beloved grain and torn edges effect. Then I went and changed the blending mode and opacity. And here's our Mayhem poster.
I added a dance or die text, which is what she says in the beginning of the Abracadabra music video. And if you look closely, I also added a sort of a scratch. I don't know, I just draw random lines to kind of like mimic a scratch. And I thought this poster deserves close-ups because I am in love with the details. So please just take a moment to look at this. I also made an A4 poster version, and I turned it into a t-shirt as well, which, okay, I'm not saying this because it's my project, I swear, even though I'm awesome, but I would wear this 100%. I mean, that's cool.
Lady Gaga, my mother must hire me because I ate. I mean, I know I did. I very much left no crumbs here. This, love this. Huge fan of this. Love her. Gaga. I mean, also, can I just say how much fun I had making this collage? I think I need to be on my crafty DIY era. That's what we all need. Actually, that's what we collectively, as designers, artists, whatever you are, I feel like that's what we need right now. Yeah, I haven't been on my crafty era because I don't have the tools. I know that's ridiculous, but my life is a little bit unstable right now, you guys, and I'm at my mother's house, so she kind of, she has a real house, so at least she has a printer and she has kitchen scissors that I could use for this collage, so it worked perfectly well. But I need to buy some DIY stuff. I need to buy like a cutting mat. Yeah, I'm making up excuses, but I don't have like things. And that's it. I feel like I need to end this video now because I don't have nothing else to say. Well, I wish I did because I like to talk, I like to yap, but I don't, so I might just end this video now. It's for your own good. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like me or my designs or my vibes, or if you liked hanging out. I don't know. Maybe you're just here for maybe you're not even here for the designs. Maybe you're here for the vibe. So welcome. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.